Yo creo que no te escucho ahora.
Ahora
Ah,
sí.
papi, yo me asusté. Yo dije, no me digas otro problema, brother.
No. All right.
All right.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first and only episode of Late Night Podcast. This is a experiment that we're trying to do. I'm usually streaming most of the time. Just live streaming games in casual mode, do any game that I want. But I always wanted to do a MOBA ever since season 2, and then finally now is the chance to see how this goes, right? And what better way to start it than just plain, just simple fun, talking about one of my favorite, not the favorite, but one of my favorite MOBA, the category that I suck ass. But
everyone sucks, man. I don't know what the fuck are you talking about. Everyone sucks, man.
I suck less than you. My bad. I suck more than you and the other ones because everybody's like insulting me every time I join in a game, man. It's just toxic. But we'll get to that later. Tonight, I bring you the one and only Anthony Knight, ladies and gentlemen. He is one of the best MOBA players I've seen before. He's been playing around.
But yeah.
He's been playing around for years now, like many years. Before high school, right? When do you start? Tell me when you started. Like, how do you enter? How do you enter the MOBA world? How do you okay? I like this shit. I'm into this shit. Let's fucking go. We're like, I want to know when it all started. When the egg cracked.
Well, I just remember when I was in the elementary school, like when I was younger, I used to play many chess, so I remember like this game come out the computer, like StarCraft. It was just all one. It's like a chess with spaceships, and it was cool in that time, man. And StarCraft started evolving itself, started evolution to go to Dota All-Star, and this the old school one MOBA. And a fun fact, like they used to call RTS real-time strategy games. It's not that
that's how it all started.
MOBA, real-time strategy game, because you use your time. You use
so
time,
when did MOBA, when did it change into MOBA? Let's say, okay, because I know the real-time strategy is like XCOM, StarCraft. I've seen that before. Warcraft. There's a bunch of Octopath Traveler. I can say is the one. When did that say? Let's do.
Travel is more RPG than RTS.
Well, yeah, true. But when did MOBA said let's do our own shit and let's build a category on our own? Did it start off like League of Legends or something like that?
I mean, we're talking about 28, like 2008, 2010.
Okay.
Because Dota All Star is like the grandpa of the MOBA, because we're counting we're counting with the strategy and the fun, MOBA is multiplayer online battle arena. It's more easy and more practical to call 2012, 2013, because I remember 2013 comes out.
That's when
League of Legends, because
started,
Riot Games just started doing their own shit. Like Riot Games see Dota, and they said to themselves, okay, how can we make a
better Dota?
No, yeah, how can make how
Sigue.
Me dio un cortocircuito, bro.
Tranquilo.
So Riot Games
Riot said to themselves how can we get and do our own Dota?
And
that's where
Dota,
basically
we saw this game is so most difficult. How can we simple this? So League of Legends more. League of Legends more fun. It's more active. It's more micro game, because Dota is more micro, because you need to watch your time. You need to watch your map every time. You just you need to divide your brain. Like I always say, like you need to divide it. So many things,
You're
so
talking about
many. It's
MOBA, right?
very reactive.
Dota.
It's very reactive. Yeah, that's Dota. League of Legends more
Much more friendly and
playable.
like much
Yes,
more, yeah.
it's more friendly. Talking about MOBA, like supposed to be like the competition of Dota.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the competition of Dota. Later, I remember like in 2014, 2015, they come out Smite.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
And
You know
Smite
that.
is one of these games who bring up like gigantic. Gigantic is one of my favorite MOBA. Like this was very active, very reactive,
Yeah.
very. It's so much fun. Like it's
Yeah,
just
here's
like
the
a.
thing. Like, what I do like about a MOBA per se is the strategy, the characters, the style of it. And personally, for me, I don't come from MOBAs. You know that's not my first genre. If I would see that as a kid, I wouldn't be interested. That's just how it is. But then as I grew on, I do love the planning, where to go, let's destroy this one first. You know, teamwork. That teamwork aspect just it's just it's very pleasurable and really fun to do it with friends. Most like more better. But what I like about Smite itself is that they brought what I wanted to do on a MOBA. You know, because one of the things that I hate about MOBA is that it's always spectator view, and I get it. You have to click around the map. You got to move the map because it's a big space. So they say to themselves, let's just please me, and then let's just put it on third person mode. The characters, the skins, you can see them more, and visually, it's much more stunning.
I mean, it's a third view game, so
Yeah, exactly. Although
you have
that kind of damages what a MOBA is, and I understand completely. But hey, it worked.
like
They
remember
broke the
like
rules.
MOBAs come from about RTS like strategy games. It's
Mm-hmm.
like clicking bases and
Clicking, yeah. Mm-hmm.
you start clicking everywhere else where your character will go. Even in the map, you can. That's the thing I love Dota. Like, I mean, you're gonna hear like I like Dota so much right now. I used to play a lot of League of Legends. Um, by the way, I
Let's
used to
stop
be
right there.
competitive in League of
Yeah.
Legends. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Let's go back because I forgot. So let's go back. Okay, so you started out playing chess, and that like intrigued you, and then you found out about gaming, and then you realized there's something similar to what you think you're good at on a game version. That's where when you started seeing the RTS, and then that's what moved you to into League of Legends. Once you find out there was a game called League of Legends, because of course there's got to be a first for everybody.
It's it's just, but there's this time too when I was a little kid. I used to play a lot this game in PlayStation 2.
Okay,
it's very underrated. It's very few
which
people
games are
don't
about?
know what game is. You don't even know what game it is. It's Unleash the Horde Goblin Commander. Like
Okay, I'm sure somebody there hurt you and be like, "Yes, I know what it is." So trust me, you're not
I
alone.
hope so. I hope so. I hope so because I have this friend like he literally when I told him I used to play this release the horror Goblin Commanders and we start like vibing, we start bounding like oh shit we really play this game. I remember I used to buy a
Yeah,
Patusa here in Puerto Rico. It was so fucking awesome because you have like a five factions and you need to rescue all because there's this darkness this darkness like come and try to kill all goblins and you start with the stone goblins later you go with the fire goblins ice goblin storm goblin and the poison one and this is entirely like this is like a game based from MOBA because you actually clicking outside of the computer in the PlayStation or in the controller. It's so fucking funny. I remember I have the game. I have a copy of the game. Sadly, I just enjoy to be a kid right now because I start playing and the sorrow and the depression still with me. But anyway, that's the part. That's the part of being a MOBA player, man.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
I always say, like, you hate yourself if you have sadness in your life. Hey, just pick a computer
Just
and
pick a
download League
computer and
of
start
Legends,
Dota.
download
Yeah,
Dota,
definitely.
download whatever. Even mine, it's so sad. People are playing for I don't know, like I hate that from this game because the game, the general, like the MOBA thing is just so beautiful, man. It's so
It's
beautiful.
beautiful. Believe
It
me, I
does.
do. Like I get like stressed out. I get mad, and people come at me, and I say to myself, I'm not gonna play again.
I
But
know.
somehow
You
after a
know,
month, I'm back in the game again. It's there's something
it's just
beautiful
it's
about
so yeah,
once
it's
you
so
just like, dude,
adaptive.
like there's clips of you and me playing Dota on my TikTok. By the way, check out my TikTok at JXBPlayer. And there's clips of us just doing awesome. Just
Nonsense, nonsense.
I captured one of the best clips, which this is an example of why I love MOBA itself. Like I cannot get rid of it, even though it's not my favorite. I'm not gonna get into it so much, but I do have, as you can see on my menu on the capture screen, in the middle, there's a smite icon always, and I never delete it because I know that I'm gonna come back. I definitely know that I'm gonna come back. And then in this clip, I was, we were almost we killed the two of the teams in joust. We were doing joust. It's basically like a three versus three match.
Yeah, it's a quick game. It's just like a quick
It's like a
match.
quick
So
conquest. It's like a
it's,
conquest, but like a tiny version. And there's just
the
tower,
you
Phoenix
know
tower.
the meaning of the MOBA is supposed to be 5 versus 5, and that's one of the thing I fucking love of Smite. I fucking love high res
They
for
they
these
they say let's break the
little hero.
let's break
Like
the
you have,
rules. Yeah, let's break
yeah,
the
just
rules a little bit
break the rules. Just
and just
devise
do something
some
different. Yeah, let's do
modes
modes.
like siege, like for siege
Yeah,
4 versus
eventually
4.
you gotta have
Alt.
different modes. That's a
It's
necessity.
not like League of Legends. League of Legends have this only mode, and I hope they bring back like PVA. I fucking love those days. Like you used to play like see this history of the skin, and you used to kill monsters because it's a PVA, and this is great. It's cool because it's very different of competitive. I mean, this game is so fun that I always say I'm not competitive anymore, but I like to be competitive
Yeah,
apart in ranks.
yeah.
I don't know
You're saying
why.
you're not serious to the competition.
No, I'm not
You like to
serious, but
compete,
yeah, yeah.
but if you lose, you don't give a shit. And that's how it's
Yeah, I
supposed to
don't
be.
give a shit. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit if I lose or I win. I just, hey, I win. It's
You see
great.
me all the time. I'm like, fuck this asshole. I'm mad. I'm mad. And he's like,
Yeah,
chill, bro, man. It's just a match.
yeah, we have another day. We have another game. We have, I know it's frustrated because I always say I
It
have
does
this.
get to you. Yeah, it does get to
Yeah,
you.
it's get to you,
Yeah,
and
like
I don't. I win. And don't get me wrong. I like to be excited every time we do a comeback in any game. Like this is the thing I hate about this game. Like the system of combat. This is like a flip coin. You have this percent of winning, and for no reason, like for a small decision, the coin is gonna flip and you're gonna lose. That's
that's
frustrating as
a
fuck.
perfect example of the beauty of MOBA itself.
And that's why I love gigantic. The part of the gigantic, though, they announced that gigantic is going back again in the consoles. And even though Overwatch, right now Overwatch 2 have this beautiful skin from Skype Big Pop. Overwatch is a MOBA though, but it's a shooter. We have
Yeah, I
FPS
know.
slash
I
MOBA.
said to my friends, like the cool thing about Overwatch is that they mix first-person shooter with mobile elements,
MOBA.
and that's
Credit
just something new in a way.
I fucking love more like, it's about talking about revolution about this style of game like Paragon. I fucking love that game.
Oh yeah, I'm still.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to play the game.
I
Paragon.
want to play again. Like I remember those days I played with my best
The
friend,
beta.
2016, 2017.
Yeah.
God,
Dude,
those-
and they're still going for it. They haven't canceled it. I think they just changed the name.
no,
if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
they have this mini project, and I hope
Yeah.
I hope that
It's
one
gonna be
day
Paragon, yeah.
it's like gigantic. It's full Paragon. Paragon have this system. It's fast. It's like League of Legends in the consoles, even in the PC. They have these cool characters. You have so many movement on the
Definitely,
map.
dude. It's just perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Let's just make a gigantic MOBA and put like a little bit of Spice of For Honor and Soraka. It's just a little bit of those two games and make it like a combat game
Yeah.
based with mobile elements. It's just beautiful, man. It's just third person hacking slashing with the other one, doing combos and shit, like dodging and stuff. But we're not playing God of War. We're not playing God of War. We're fucking playing
Paragon
fucking
is so
MOBA, dude.
beautiful,
We're playing
like-
fucking Paragon. I can't wait for the
Paragon's
game to come
fucking-
out. I am super
yeah.
excited for that one. I
I
haven't
remember
forget.
this character that I never forget it. I fucking love this character named Kaladesh. Kaladesh, I forget. It's like a chimera hunter
I
with
think
the
so. Yeah, I
two
think so.
axes. I mean, it was
Yeah,
my
I
main.
remember. I just remember you showed me, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Revenant.
Beautiful.
I fucking
Revenant.
love
I think it
Revenant.
was
Revenant
Revenant.
have it's this cowboy like Jark
Yeah.
and all this stuff. I have the gun and he's holding. Remember, it's like a hunting game
Yeah,
in
like the
his
design.
sword.
The design
It's
is metal.
fucking
It's
good.
just plain metal. It's
The
beautiful.
design of Paragon.
They're
It can
metalheads.
be
No, I bet you they're fucking metalheads.
now.
That is-
Paragon have this potential to be one of the top three competitive games
yeah.
because we have first Dota. Nobody defeat Dota.
Nobody
Nobody.
can beat Dota. Never.
Nobody can beat Dota in
Wait, Dota 1 or
competitive.
Dota 2?
We're talking about competitive and money and esport.
You're talking
Learn the
Dota in
League of
general.
Legends.
Dota in
Yeah,
general, yeah.
League of Legends because like Dota is
Definitely.
literally a
Everybody talks
spin-off
about it.
of League of Legends. I mean, the thing I love League of Legends, I can mention to you like 15 characters, 50 characters with different skills, but you're playing the same role. It's
Yeah.
like Dota. Dota have so many. Dota doesn't have that many characters, but you can place. It's like a very manual. It's very manual. You pick
Yeah.
this character.
Which again, that's one of the reasons why like Dota is difficult because
Dota is
literally
yeah,
everything is manual. Everything.
everything
And it's a
is
study.
manual.
It's just that's one of the things
It's
that one of the
art scaling
difficulties.
game.
Yeah, like one of the difficulties in MOBA itself is that it's a tough category for new people to get in because there's people who I met and they're like, oh, dude, I like Smite, but I don't want to get into it because again, it requires brain work. It's not for everybody, If you really want to go, you have to study because a MOBA game based on you can have the best meta build ever and it's not going to work for you 100% every single time because why? Because there's going to be another person or another opponent that is going to contradict that strategy that you have and and that's why people are like a lot of people like build stuff from the internet and they recommend this build. They're not saying they will work all 100%. They thinking they will look my house falling.
Remember.
They think that it's
Yeah,
falling, like it's not gonna fail, and then they lose, and they're like, it sucks, man, because I followed this guy's rules and it didn't work for me. Exactly, because that's how MOBA work. Like you're gonna see somebody who's doing a fucking OPness, like fucking like King Arthur OP to the max, full damage on arena, and then you're like, how can I fucking do this shit? So you're gonna reinvent and look online or something or try to see if you can like read, because that's another thing, you gotta read what the items do. It's like a card game, like mixing items, right? And then once you pick that set and you can contradict that move. But then here's the twist not every game you're gonna get King Arthur, so you gotta keep strategizing and it just doesn't stop. It just
remember
doesn't stop.
remember this, like I always say, I mean, this thing I learned. I hear someone who like look into YouTube because I literally live, eat, make poop, and the form of the shit of the sign of Dota. I heard about this. We're Spectre. We like to see pro games. We like to see our pro players doing their move or something. But we copy his build, we copy his form, but we don't know why he do that. And that's why so many people like you said it right. Like this game is not for everyone. Like I have this group that I try to teach because I used to be coach.
Yeah.
League of Legends is mine because League of Legends I was like D1 and I know the sound sucks. Sounds something like
we're talking about match is about to start, 5 versus 5. He knows whether we got a good possibility to lose or not. Sometimes we enter a jousting match, right? Just casual jousting match. I see 3 enemy gods and he's like, we're dead. And I'm like, what? We haven't even fucking started. Because he knows, like, he plays so many times that he know what the gods or the, let's say, characters to generalize.
Like
what
you play fighting games and you used to you play so many
Dude, that's my top.
caliber.
Like that's what people come for here. They're not coming for this shit. They're coming for Soul Calibur all the fucking time. I wish
Yeah,
I respect that. It's fine. You know, you look where you want to look. But yeah.
and I fucking love play. I fucking love to see you playing. Because I see you fighting. I was just pressing button on the control.
Yeah, I'm
when I
not button
used
smashing, even though it kind of looks
yeah,
sounds
I was
like it.
smashing button because
I'm
I
not.
don't like play
I'm not
games.
smashing. Okay, let's say this. I smash buttons, but I know what I'm pressing. It's just that I'm in a hurry, so I'm like, I'm doing the combos.
Yeah.
But if you see my combo, is gonna be the same button, same button, same button, same button. It's the pattern. It's the combo. It's just you're gonna see it like 3 times instead of 1. Because I don't trust inputs. I don't fucking trust inputs.
I have the friend. I meet her. And the name is Sky, and she's plays so beautiful fighting games. Like I think she do the last first attack, and she come for fourth, top 10 I think, and she's beautiful. Playing every fucking fighting game. And I remember like we talking, and I tried to convince her to play with me because I fucking love and recommend playing this type of game like I don't care, Smile, League of Legends, Dota, Paragon, even Pokemon Unite. God. And right now with the new Crash Bandicoot MOBA game, like it's so fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah, Crash Team Rumble, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
right, Crash and Rumble.
It doesn't. It's not a MOBA because it doesn't. It does require strategy and teamwork, so you can kind of say it. But it's not like destroy the Phoenix, destroy the tower, destroy the giant.
It's more fun.
It's just
like
break the
Pokemon
boxes, get a lot of apples, and then bring them back to your stronghold. The ones who gets the more apples in the middle or something like that wins the game. I did try it in like a free trial or something, but it's fun. It's not what I expected, but it's fun. So if you're into it, like I recommend buying the game. Just try a demo if there is one. But
it's like Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite have this MOBA style that
oh yeah,
like you have two lanes and then middle like the jungle. But it's like catching Pokeballs and trying to dunk it and open more the map. It's fun just for relax. Just
just casual.
Like,
but even still, like this is the thing. This is the thing about MOBA, and we'll get to the toxic topic. It's and I actually this is a good reason why it will never stop and it continue to be this way. My friend, you know him, Jose Symphony. He said to me to download Wild Rift on League of Legends on phone, and he told me to download it. Please download it. And I said I can't. My phone doesn't work with it. When I got a new phone, I say, hey, yeah, you got it. When I got a new phone, I say, hey, you want me to download it? You want me to play it? Can you teach me? And then he goes, and then he goes, yeah, and then he goes like that. And then I'm like, but dude, you like months ago you were asking me, begging me for play it, and then I said like, why do you want to play it now? You used to love it. And he goes, don't get me wrong, I do like the game. It's just that I am toxic. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
and then he explains to me.
That's the thing about this.
Again, like the team aspect is very important in MOBA games, because if you're doing some certain things, you got roles. That's the first one. In every single character has a role to do. If I'm playing as a hunter, if I'm playing as an assassin, if I'm playing as a mage, they are supposed to go every single time in a conquest match. They're supposed to go every single time to specific places and always do a strategy. So if you're playing with randoms, it's going to be a little bit hard because sometimes they don't want to turn on the mic, or you yourself don't want to turn on the mic, and we end up in a clash between each other, and the other team wins most of the time because and then he gets frustrated because we lost because of one teammate. One teammate can literally, this is the truth, one teammate can ruin the whole MOBA match for sure. It's done, conquest is over, just because one person didn't know what to do. Now there's a possibility to, like, if that person is new and let's just leave him be, let him do what he wants, we can win, yes, but it's much more harder. Possibilities goes down.
Remember, the game is a 5 versus 5. It's not 4 versus 5 or 3 versus 5.
Exactly.
That's the other thing I love Dota. Like, I remember winning matches with only 3 people on my team because they're disconnect or they're refuse to play. Because in the end we're toxic. We all toxic. I'm
Yeah,
I'm toxic by myself, but I'm very casual toxic. I'm trying not to be because I want to be an example for everyone. But I'm a human with my
yeah. We
pros and my
sometimes
cons.
burst.
Yeah. But I remember when I used to play World of Warcraft. Those are days when the community of the internet we are all new together, and we are just friendly. It's having this community, having this guild, having this raid. But I don't know, man. Like internet change people. That's the fun fact about the internet.
Yeah.
You are not yourself. You're
Mm-hmm.
not yourself. You know. And
Yeah.
I prefer to type, "You fucking suck, you suck my dick, blow me, whatever," because I really don't know you. I don't know you. I prefer to do it in the behind the screen. You
Yeah.
know. And I try not to be that person. And I
Yeah,
used to
but
play all my
sometimes,
games new because I
sometimes it
don't
just
want to
gets here.
distract.
It just
I don't
gets
want to
here.
be distracted because we have. I
Yeah.
remember playing League of Legends like when I used to be competitive in Plaza Las Americas. Um, here in Puerto Rico, and I remember playing like 3 on the clock, 3 in the morning, 4. That's the worst time to play the game because
Yeah.
you encountered the worst, the piece of shit of
Yeah.
humanity over here. Like I remember, like they start the match, and they only texting. They pass like 15, 16 minutes texting, fucking texting. And
Yeah,
when we
and
get
like,
good,
guys, the match
I
has started.
initiated chats. Yeah, I used to love her. I wanted suicide, commit suicide, something like that. Shit. Um, please, YouTube, please,
No,
YouTube,
it's don't worry about it. I'm a noob.
please, please. You used to be cool, YouTube. You used to be cool.
You used to be
Anyway,
cool, you two, definitely.
Anyway,
Those
and I
days.
remember I was with my 5 stacks because we're practicing. I remember like that's the long turn. I used to play like 3, 4 days consecutive. Like those are days.
Mm.
And I remember like entering like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, our friends' houses. Turn the internet, and it's like a bottom of pit of
Yeah,
toxicity, like full,
definitely.
full, full.
There's
And
nothing.
I
There's
don't
nothing better
say,
connecting online, super late at night, a little bit of snack in your bedroom with your laptop. It's just
yeah,
bliss.
this is West. And I don't say that MOBA community is very toxic, like it is, but every community is toxic. I
We'll get
used
to
to
that. We'll
play,
get to that later. Let's get to that topic later,
yeah,
well, because I want to do ask more questions before we get to that topic. So
yeah, sure.
let's
Go
start right
on.
there for the toxic. Let's do that toxic for the last topic. Now, this is kind of obvious because you'll be talking a lot of it, but which is your favorite MOBA? Like mine is Smite because certain reasons, and I can compare. But I want to know yours, and of course, it's Dota, right?
Of
Dota
course,
two.
I say like before, I was gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again. I prefer play Dota. I don't know why that game hooked me and start hooking me again. Like literally because I passed
I
time
think I
like
know
two,
what it
three
is.
weeks,
I
like a
think I know what it
month
is.
without playing. Like
Yeah, I
I
think I
like
know what it is
Dota.
because I remember when you were talking about you were doing League of Legends. That was your main thing,
Yeah, that
and
was
you
the
used
main
to
thing.
love League of Legends. You didn't want it to go to Smite, and then you were like, "Ah, okay, for you, I'll go." And we started playing, and then you started going more to Smite because you were kind of getting bored. That's where the big season started popping up, and then. We started playing more Smite, and then you said to me, I want to try MOBA. I bet this guy is like trying to teach me how to play the game, and then I didn't see you after that.
I
You
remember like
were gone.
I started playing Dota, like I told you, like StarCraft, Dota All Star. I remember taking a break because there are these time come Dota All Star that's called Dota All Star, but actually in the community we know about
Hmm.
Dota 1. It's used to call Defense of the Asian Ones. And then 2014, I remember having Steam open, playing Counter Strike, having this invitation, this old school stuff from Dota, and I ignored it for completely because League of Legends hooked me. Like season 1, season 2, I remember was completely garbage. We don't know what the fuck I was playing because a cousin or family of mine like make me play League of Legends, and I really don't know what the fuck I was playing because just like a bunch of fucking kids trying to figure out how to play this type of game.
Yeah.
Man, those are days. I remember like when you entered to the draft, and if you are the first one in the draft, like you write in the lobby chat, in the draft chat, hey, I'm the first one. I want to go this position. You know, we start like, what the fuck is top? What the fuck is middle? What the fuck is jungle? What the fuck is ADC?
What the heck is
support?
tank? What the heck is Stealer?
Yeah, what is that shit? I remember we played that game so for fun. I can't compare right now. I used to compare with someone game with our game, but it was fun because it's like a one ball. Like literally, we just go we just go all in the middle. Go for it. Just start kicking asses. Start cursing words.
It's
having a laugh.
And it's fun when, even if you lose, when you're doing stuff right, that feels good. You feel pride because I have lost matches and we're like, oh yeah, it's okay. I mean, it was a good match. You know, I did kill a lot of like enemies. I did my part. When you do your part, and then you get commended, everybody's like, nice dude, you did good, man. You feel that like, yes, more MOBA.
But we are MOBA players. We just have a big ego, like a biggest ego of all community.
And even if you're not coming from MOBA, and you come back in, you're gonna get that ego.
The fighting scene is very more
fighting. No, dude, like fighting. Here's the thing, I think I found out something. If you get in and go into esports or something without knowing, I think it's kind of disrespectful. I learned my lesson with Tekken. Like, people were looking at me like, who the fuck is this retard playing fucking Tekken 7 not knowing shit? For disclosure, I did know. The problem is that I stopped practicing because I was playing Soul Calibur, and then I signed up, that was my mistake, which I apologize to the Tekken community for being an embarrassment on UC Game Night. But it's fine. I'll come back for Tekken 8 because right now I'm doing very good. I'm practicing Tekken 8. Anyways, coming back to we're getting off track.
That's cool, man. I remember like when I started playing like competitive MOBA, like only like few times. Like we are not that toxic. Like we're just friends. We have just teenagers having fun. Just giving the high five, giving the GGs, giving the the job, the gulag.
So
and that's the beautiful thing, you know. We are sitting behind the screen, but outside of the screen, we are people. Like we're just a bunch of nerds, bunch of nerds like trying to.
It's the energy.
Yeah, my
so,
coach is better than you. Play Mera stuff.
So you're
retarded.
You started off playing League of Legends and other things. So when you get into MOBA.
Season 4 was season 4. I think it's season 4 when I started playing League of Legends correctly because
that's where you
I remember
started
I started playing like season 2, season 3 too. When I start playing season 3, season 4, I start playing like Conquest, and again I don't know what the fuck I was doing in the game. Like what the fuck stuff. Wait. It's my call different. It's the same stuff. Solo laning, dual laning, middle lane, and jungle. But they have this different name. And Smite was cool before though. Smite was more unique than now because right now
I was in beta.
Smite 2 is gonna be more fun. It's gonna be
I remember Hades Nightmare skin.
Being a garden.
Now is the default. Now is the default skin, but it used to be a skin that you buy separately. And I got lucky because I was undecisive. Like when I was in beta, I said, should I take the Soul Taker skin or the Nightmare skin? And thank God I didn't take the Nightmare skin because now it's the default skin, and I got the Soul Taker skin. So that's a plus for me. But yeah, okay. So going back into Dota, so that's your favorite one, right? What said to you that I'm gonna stop playing every fucking MOBA that I played before, and this is my favorite? Why is it your favorite? Why Dota is your favorite game? A MOBA game.
This is like a difficult question, because I fucking love all the games.
Yeah, but I remember that you started fucking up a lot, and then your coach like eventually you ended up leaving the nest, and now you know how to play the game. Because you show me a lot of things. And MOBA, guys, if you're gonna get into MOBAs, Dota is not the first one,
Not the games. Not supposed not the
unless unless you're looking for a
unless
tough
you're a master
challenge,
chief,
military
unless
challenge.
you like
Because
pain,
yeah,
you like
exactly.
depression, if you like sadness. So keep talking. I just want to be the background. Just keep talking. I'm just gonna be in the
Yeah,
background.
well, wait, sorry. Okay, so because again, like Dota itself requires you to do a lot from the get
Yeah.
go. Like the
Oh,
tutorials are pages and pages of stuff that you got to do first. When I started trying out, I stopped because really it's not my mojo. I can come back into it, once in a while, but again, it's too hard. It's very
okay.
complicated. If you're a guy who said to yourself, "Hey, you know what? I know this is hard, but I'm gonna determine myself because I want to be good at this game," right? Then this might be the game for you. But
I
if
rem-
you're looking for a friendly, fun, casual, and then try the serious, I recommend more you going to Smite. Um, there's
so it's
I'll be
my
on this.
don't punish yourself. Don't push yourself. It's my don't push yourself. Don't punish yourself because you don't know about the meta, about the items.
Yeah, that's
But
the only
if you
thing.
want a more casual, you can you can try the mobile games like Mobile Legends
Mobile
and
Legends. Yeah, no, yeah.
Arena
But again, like,
Valor,
yeah, I'm not
Pokemon
saying Smite
Unite.
because I'm a fanboy of Smite. It's just that
Yeah.
throughout my experience,
Like
it's the first.
the three
Yeah,
big games of mobile, like it's gonna be Dota, League, and Smite.
and
That's
Smite.
all.
Those are the
There's the
top
big
three
boys.
always.
Are
Yeah,
the
and
big
like,
boys.
so if you want to go to the top three instantly, I recommend first starting in Smite, then going to
Yes,
League of
Smite.
Legends. And if you're like if you hate that third person view, then start with League of Legends, because at least even though it's still challenging, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this was
Yeah.
gonna be easy, but again,
And
like
I think
when I started
I
playing,
always thought that Dota is more easy than League of Legends.
well, I don't know that. That's
Yeah.
you on me. But for me, I haven't played League of Legends. I just seen some stuff, but I'm not really into the League of
Oh,
Legends lore. The only thing that I actually am interested is the fighting game, the Project L that you're doing.
yeah,
But other
I'll
than that,
do.
and Pentakill. I
Now
love that.
we talk about the Project L. It's gonna be awesome. Anyway, um, yeah, Dota is more hard skilling knowledge. You need to grind that game. I mean, many of these games, like when you want to play ranks, so you want to be competitive in this type of games. Um, the game requires to play until level 13. Yeah, 13. No. 13.
Oh yeah, they rank the levels.
Yeah,
Levels. Yeah,
301, the 30
yeah. I
number.
think Smite is 30, right?
30. Yeah, 30.
After
And
level 30, you
all
get to
game
rank.
champions.
Which actually that's
Dota
perfect.
requires
Yeah, like more.
require you play 100 on ranked games, 100 hours on ranked
Yeah.
games.
So and that's you see why? Because even if it's easier or harder, I think there's a lot of stuff that you got to learn in Dota rather
No
than
doubt,
in League.
I still
Yeah.
learning, even though
Exactly.
I
To this
always
day, you're still learning. You're not even full on
yeah.
advanced. And that's the thing. When you go to Smite, you can always do auto items and auto skills and just enter arena, test your gods with
That's
abilities and
yeah,
stuff.
it's like yeah, having some
Have
fun
fun, and
arena,
then go to the other modes eventually, and then you understand that
yeah,
eventually you got to let go of that auto skill and auto item, because you got to buy your own items. You got to feel, you got to enter this world and say, hey, okay, I like what you give me. This is just like a basic
don't get me
default,
wrong.
but then you
Don't get
go
me
and
wrong.
get your stuff and then make your own deck, and that's where you start studying the game. So I think
Yeah,
it's much more open for people to go in and be like, okay, let's go for it. Instead of Dota, you go in and you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do
what the
now?
fuck
Help
am
me,
I gonna do
God.
now? Yeah, I remember like Dota 1, Dota 2, when Dota started like expanding again. I
Yeah,
remember like you don't have tutorial for the game. It's like a Dark Soul game. It's like a From Software game. Like it's like the first time you play like Demon Soul or
yeah. Any
Soul of
Souls
Pain
games.
or
Yeah,
Raver. Survivor, remember that you start playing Survivor on PlayStation 1 and you start the game and you do have tutorial what the fuck I'm doing. I know about the lore, but that's it. Dota in the beginning was so fucking hard as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And the reason why Dota is hard is because it's very, very, very micro strategy. Micro strategy requires you be attention of your timers, on your farm, on your map, on your it's not nothing about skills. League of Legends is more micro strategy. It's more about skill, and that's the fun part. I remember playing this. I remember playing with this friend of mine. I just know him playing League of Legends because it's like my style, how I play and everything, how I react. Even though like I have that guy like write me one day, he asked me why I make 500 high Q plays on sometimes or you know um sometimes like I make zero IQ plays, and that's because I spend a lot of time playing more macro than micro. If you want
Yeah.
to learn how to play micro strategy, like primarily with your keyboard, I recommend you play first World of Warcraft. Even though you can play Osu, like the thingy of beats and
Yeah.
everything. And that's the reason I always say that League of Legends is more difficult than Dota, because Dota it's a wonderful, it's a beautiful game when the five they know how what they doing, because remember you have role, you say before, you have role.
Okay. So
In Dota you have safe lane, middle lane, an off laner, and soft and hard support. We call it position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4, position 5. Every role have their function and function. Remember, like you have safe lane, makes you win the game in the late game. I'm stuck in that position. I'm playing right now. Like I just feeling that match right now, and I just finished 6-6-19. But I net worth, it's like the valor you have in the game. I finished the first one in my team. Middle lane position 2 is my preferred role.
okay.
It's like is the order who can make you win the game, move the game in the beginning, and everything. Off laner is make pressure on the map, making space for you, say for your position 1 to farm and get items. That's cool. That's great. I respect the off laners. And you have support 4 and support 5. Support 4 is the soft support, and the position 5 the hard support. The position 5 never farm. Suppose never farm. In paper writing, suppose never farm. The one who prioritize the farm is the position 1.
It's position 1. Yeah.
In position 1, because that's one who gonna make you to win the game. Post writing paper.
Yeah.
Um,
So you see, this is the beauty of, like, right now you're learning, right? I talk to the viewers. Right now, this is what's going through and Knight's head when we start a match. So imagine, this is him. We already knowledge and stuff. Imagine when you come in, just gun blazing. You already finished a practice mode. It's not enough, so it's scary.
Fair enough. It's like when you learn how to drive, you have
exactly.
your license.
You only have the
But
license,
you never
you only
know
did the
to
practice
drive
test.
first. Yeah, you need to
Yeah, now
practice.
you're going to the
going
highway.
real war.
Yeah, now you're going to go to the highway where nobody trained you. But yeah, like imagine all these things. I love, but this is the beauty of it. At the same time, it's just tough love, like you said.
It's
before.
hard, it's hard because there's so many things happening in my head, so many decisions, so many stuff. It's me. I can't imagine the pro ones.
That's
the
way,
one
like way above, like esports players going
yeah,
at it all
way
the time.
above. And I have so many channels about esport levels, and so many people like starting complaining themselves in the match. Like, you need to still learning. You need to still learn, and they are like top 15, top 10. Top 5 in the leaderboard, and you say, "What the fuck?
You're like, shit,
what they need to
I gotta
learn?
get better.
I don't know why. I want to get better." because I know I want to get better. I'm
Yeah.
just having this for
So,
fun, and I say to myself and
mm-hmm.
my little community of Dota, I want to go, going to lay and maybe divine, and that's all. Like, this is gonna be my goal. This is gonna be my life goal. I
Yeah,
mean, I made it through Diamond One in League playing, but that was a long, 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 long time
long time
ago.
ago. You gotta go back.
Like I have this vague memories in my head,
They're
but
still there.
yeah, they're still there. I
Just gotta
I
get,
I, I
just gotta
still
warm up.
remember those afternoons. You need to dedicate like everything in your life. Yeah, I have this MOBA therapy. You
Yeah,
need to
learning how to
dedicate
drive,
it.
learning how to
Yeah,
learning how to play an instrument is just
yeah.
it takes
We
practice,
both are musicians.
determination.
Need take practice, take coordination,
Like
take
every
study.
yeah, like
Like
every
everything
and
in
like
your life.
the reason is praised more because you're saying, but that's just like every game. Yeah, but there's something different to it. It's not just going into training and learning a command list. That's for fighting, right? And then there's another games like racing. You got to go to practice. Okay. Yeah, you get better and better, and then you proceed. Call of Duty, first-person shooters, which I'm bragging a little bit. I am a good one. You've seen my clips on Cold War, but it's with MOBA. It's something different. It's like it's
It's
more than just practice. It's the only category for a game that makes you play, practice, get better, like every single game, but stay back and look through the item list, all 100 200 of the item list, and say what character that I use can I use in this stuff. And here's the thing: when you're done, you go back and you want to learn a new character. So what can you do with this character? So that's again going back to the drawing board.
beautiful of Smite too. The beautiful of Smite is that if you want to learn about this kind of games, might have this unique system for new people. And this make me laugh because don't get me wrong, I love play Smite. I used to play casual with Johnny and
Yeah,
trying to be rank and everything, but I just very lazy.
yeah, it gets old after a while for you.
Um,
Yeah,
uh,
that's why you went into
yeah,
Dota,
but
because Dota brought new stuff to the table and makes you see, okay, this is actually
yeah,
much more hard and complicated than Smite. I'm a no,
nice Smite,
we're
Smite.
talking about like even the new gods at the get go. Already, Knight had a strategy.
Smite have this. Smite have this system
The
that
same
I can
role,
name
yeah,
you. Have this system about the same role, like
same thing.
what takes to go to middle one. I just take a lane ability, I AOE
Exactly.
or a dash or a star buff, and his whole thing is for team fight. What makes you make a ADC, a hunter in this case, or have this AOE stuff, a buff for attack speed and critic or something like that, and a dash. What makes you a solo laning? I have this ability to make AOE. I have this ability to make me stronger. Passive make me have armor, and his ulti or is for himself or start for a team fight or start a counter team fight for the enemy. What makes you a support? Oh man, Guardian's more difficult one. So let's make it a counter initiated or a status or something like that. That's the fucking stuff. That's the thing I hate about
That's the
Smite.
thumb.
Like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah. I understand
yeah, what
completely. Like,
makes
here's the
you
thing.
assassin,
Yeah, a new
jungle,
god, a new mage
you
comes in, right?
really
Let's say a new mage comes in, and then I'm like, okay, so I like this mage. I already have, let's say, Hades, who's my main, and then I want to try this new mage because I'm a mage guy. In every game, Diablo, MOBA, World of Warcraft, every single game, if there's a mage and you use like powers and shit, that's me. I like long range magicians, but there's a new one that just came in with certain different things, but always, and this is Smite 1. Well, let's hope Smite 2 doesn't do this, but probably will. I don't know. But always, it's the same item list. At least 88, let's call it 90 to be much more exaggerated either way, but like 90% of Mage is the same usual build. The Bancroft item, and then just look for the amulet, the Chronos pendant, right? I forgot his, yeah, something like that. I forgot the, and then
Yeah, Chrono Pendant. But
yeah, Chronos
we're
Pendant.
talking about 3-4 patch like in the past. The build, yeah, you can change a little bit the build
But
in the
it's always
the
those
recent
three
patch.
first.
It's
It's
always gonna be
Bancroft at
life steal,
first,
cooldown
Spear of
reduction,
Magus, Lifesteal,
power.
because that's but again in Smite at least that's what Mage focuses on.
And it's might
Mage, yeah, Mage have like low defense, right? So their best strategy is to have a ton of damage with lifesteal, so that way when we
and
attack, we get
behind
health
only behind
back,
the bag
and then when we
and
get
behind the
health
bag
back, yeah.
behind the
So,
bag,
and
but
it's the
for
same for every
for
single mage.
power,
So
it's like
that's why Knight
mhm.
tends to get it gets boring eventually because it's like I'm just
It
gonna
get
do the
boring
same
because
thing.
you have like two optional build. Like, let's go play Hunter, let's go play ADC in Smite. What kind of build I have? Critical, stake, speed, and power, nothing more. You know,
Yeah,
what kind of build I have in the jungle? Let's make a damage penetration and critic. What build I have in solo lane? Let's go make a brawler, hybrid, or tank. Support above aura, and you know,
mm-hmm.
it's just things make boring.
Yeah.
I
Match
need Smite
starts,
for that.
go there.
It's Smite start cool, man. I remember like Smite was a perfect game for, it was unique, man. I
Yeah,
remember like having. I mean, they still have the system of having, the jungle, the middle, and the mid one in the middle, sharing the experience, and doing ganks in order lane,
yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
the mid lane is, is gonna try like gang with the jungle or vice versa.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Smite was
Usually,
cool before, but I don't know,
eventually it
man.
gets eventually gets repetitive. Like Smite did a lot of cool ideas and bad ideas like every other developer, but somehow throughout the
Oh
time, the more
yeah.
patches come on, the more ideas, taking out stuff, putting in stuff, it started going downhill when it comes to
Yo,
Smite.
like even though
Like
that's
when they
why
take out
that
like why the hell, like this is important in the MOBA, ultra important because we need this at the get go. Why the hell you take out the boots, the movement speeds items?
when every fucking other game have the boots. So I was reading that they remove the boots because there are so many things about movement speed right now, so many stuff that movement speed, and that makes you do your power spike build, like having all the items. But
Again, but it's
the
avoidable because
the
all you got to do is in order for you to acquire this item, we got to remove the boots from you. That's it.
and
That's
because
it. Because here's the
you
thing.
have so
Here's
many
the
items
thing.
with movement speed.
You have a lot of item with movement speed, and that's actually understandable. Yes, there is a lot of movement speed, especially with the Shuriken, which they actually deleted it. Why? I don't know. I don't think they were that overpowered, but hey, whatever.
I
But
remember like they removed the Deathbringer.
the Deathbringer. Oh my
The
god.
Deathbringer, like they come. I remember when they first come out, like have the 50% of critical change and the 20% of power damage. And I remember like they remove it for 2-3 patches, and they then bring it back with the 40%
Because
of
they
crit
knew
chance.
they fucked up.
Now they actually like that's why it's my two. It's a thing, man.
Exactly. That's a
Because
praise. We're gonna talk about this later. We're gonna talk about it like after. But like the whole movement thing. Let's take out the boot because we had a lot of items with like movement speeds. You can't lock it. There's certain things that you got to do before you get it. But for example, let's say that that's the truth. But again, we don't get the items at first glance. You know what I mean? So let's just block it from other items. I know it's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm wrong here, but they shouldn't have taken it out. I think we need this right at the start, and I understand they give us relics to start quickly. They boosted up a little bit because they kind of did an update when well technically I
oh,
don't think it is.
that was a cool update. Like
Yeah,
that
like
you can evolve
when you
your
start a
relic
match,
and
you already have
everything.
the speed to go to the tower, so that people won't complain about we need the boots at first. But I don't know. I think they shouldn't have done that. They should have kept the boots and just patch the fucking percentage of the movement speeds in the other items. Is
There's
that
this thing
simple?
I learned.
Is that
There,
simple?
there's the thing I learned about playing this game for many years. Like move speed is the most important thing for your character, for your games. But the reason, like I always say, and we have this discussed in past, like when we know about the boots remove, about the change. Like I was mad in the beginning, like actually
Mm-hmm.
mad, makes me like delete the game. But when you start realize that you have like other items that makes you move faster, it makes sense. But not at all because I freaking love having my boots like a second item
It's
in
just
every
a.
game.
I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't destroy it that much, but it
even though
frustrates because you're taking it
even
from you.
having in the first level, buying it. But
Yeah.
man, those are they playing like Scylla with the blue boots, the cooldown boots. Oh my god,
Yeah. That
that
was
was
beautiful. That
the
was beautiful.
yeah, you know, if upwash with the violet boots.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was the penetration one and the travels with the supers ones, and yeah, those are, you know, those are OG stuff, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
But
if you remove the boots because of the other one, all you had to do was either lower down the percentage of movement speeds or eliminate certain items that include the movement speed. And there's no movement speeds because all you have to do is learn to combo with the boots. So there was no point of taking away the boots, even though even though the developers had a great excuse because it is valid what they're saying, but then why add the movement speed to the items? That's what I'm just saying. Like, don't be that, think a little bit before you act. We got to talk this
Bobby's
through
so
in tables.
rude.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah.
Bobby's so rude, man.
So,
No.
speaking of like Smite and the EC and the hard, which you would consider? I gave my opinion. Like, which one do you consider to start? Like, which is the MOBA that okay, start with this
Hey,
one. I think you're gonna.
you said it. You said it. Like Smite is the one
Smite is
for
the. You think it would be the more
the
open?
one. Even in the computer, you know, it's like people are more. It's trying to be more friendly. Smite because you don't need to know about meta stuff about you're just
Exactly.
having fun. Like you
Exactly.
have arena, you have joust, you have siege, you have assault, you have you have so many mode
That's true.
for not the classic one who is a 5 versus 5. You know, League of Legends is cool for the beginning too, but League of Legends is more like clicking based game. And you need to learn how to click
How
and
to
how
play
to
the
move the
click based game. That's true.
yeah.
That's true because when you go to Smite, there's
Yeah,
no click. It's like controller.
it's
It's like
moving. It's
let's
moving.
put some
You know,
Call of Duty spice in there to make it like be much more
thank you.
open for people who can actually join these sort of
Okay.
strategy games. Make it much more less looking like a strategy game and more action packed into it.
If
It's like a
you
mix.
want
It's a cool mix.
if you want something about strategy in shooter games, like if you want like trying to be
Bro,
more
XCOM
strategy and
definitely.
try like
XCOM, fucking
you know,
XCOM.
like trying to open the door about the strategy, like you peek and you saw Rainbow Six. You know, Rainbow Six is a good game about the strategy in
Rainbow Six, that's true.
FPS.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like
Rainbow Six
I
is.
always say like to my friends, like I like to play the game because it's like a MOBA, but it's
It's a
not a
MMO
MOBA.
FPS in a way.
No, it's a FPS. Like so many, you stay in base or you're a runner or you whatever.
Yeah, you just ramble all this
It's
shit, but
good,
no, not
whatever.
Rainbow
Yeah, yeah.
Six. That's
Rainbow-
that's the
I
that's why
Rainbow
people
Six,
like it. Yeah,
but
like
but
people don't even care about the graphic updates or anything particular. They just want a good gameplay, and that's it. Let's just team up and do what
cool
we have to
stuff.
do. Yeah.
Cool stuff. You know. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, Smite's
So
good
you would
for
consider
start.
Smite being, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I agree so too. I think it's much more open
I mean,
friendly.
you play what the fuck you want, but
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
put my
So
rank like you play,
now, okay.
don't call me
So
my man.
yeah. So now they enter Smite. They enter a game. Doesn't have to be Smite. They just have to be, So, uh, wait, hang on. Yeah. Okay. What? Okay. Yeah. This is a good question, actually. This is a good. Before we get to the one that I was going to ask, I forgot about this one.
Mhm.
Which MOBA do you think that actually follows that rule of MOBA? The
The
truest
classic
one.
one, like the classic one, the one who have the tradition from the old school, like RTS strategy, whatever you want to call it, like Clash of Clans,
Okay.
what you want to call it, like so it's gonna be. I'm gonna with Dota
Dota.
because Dota have this. structure of a traditional
Dude,
MOBA.
and it's been going on for
You have,
years, bro. Longer than
yeah,
fucking everything.
like you have the
Like,
high grounds, you have low grounds, you have
yeah.
you need to farm, you need to know your times,
Dude,
you need to
farming
know
in
your
MOBA, that's fucked up, dude.
yeah,
That's one
no,
of the
it is
things
a
that actually
farming
got me, man.
simulator. It's a
Yeah.
farming simulator, you know.
There's fucking crafting in fucking MOBA, like in Dota. Like that's just wow. Like I begin from Smite and then I transition to Dota and I'm like I have to do this, and you're like yeah. I mean if you want to
Yeah,
win,
you have to do it.
and
Yeah,
I'm like fuck man,
just put your elevator music.
I want to go
You
in there
know,
and kick
like
some fucking ass, man. I don't want to
it's
fucking
me,
cut
it's
leaves and
me.
shit.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a
It
second.
was fun though.
Give me a second. Just give me a second. Just put
It
your
was like
fucking.
he put me in, dude. This is I'm gonna put you in the spot here. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. And you stay farming. You stay farming and just. You stay farming. If you're playing a farming simulator, you stay farming. Like 20 minutes pass, and you stay farming. 2040, and you stay farming. You stay farming, you know.
They're like, I'm gonna put you in the spot.
Like 15 minutes of your life.
I'm gonna put you in the spot. I was like, okay, which one did I pick? I picked this one. You know, we started talking about like what characters should I pick in Dota and stuff, and then I ended up with like the support. And when we started the match, he's like, okay, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fuck that eye. No, all you gotta do is fucking farm. And I was like, that's all I gotta fucking do? And you're like, yeah, man, just keep fucking leaves. I got this shit, man. And you were like, like throwing spells and shit. And I'm like, just getting my leaves, you know, cutting the trees.
Yeah.
And then a bad guy comes in, right?
A
bad guy comes in. And I'm like, oh shit, Night, help me.
And that's cool because I remember you. Hey, I planted a tree. What I need to do right now?
What did you do? I just planted a tree. It's like, what the fuck is this shit, Farmville?
We just find joggers and make people out, and you only screen the sound of the sound effect about killing a person because you know they're so fucking wonderful that you don't have an announcer. You have an announcer when you destroy a tower or whatever. But you know, anyway.
But yeah, okay, so. Now, let the new player comes in, right, and joins in. How can someone be good in a MOBA game? Like, what do they need to realize and learn when it comes to like, I'm gonna play this game. How can I get good? How can you answer that question to somebody who actually wants to join a MOBA?
First of all, you're not playing Call of Duty. You don't play Call of Duty.
Just stop.
You need to grow up. Just stop going for skill, man.
Just get away from all the games. Focus on this one.
Yeah, focus on this one. Second, drop your fucking ego, man. If you're bad, you're bad. I'm bad. I'm still bad. Still bad.
Don't make excuses. No, it was him. He did it. Oh no, dude, the frame rate just fucking dropped, and I failed to hit. No, bro, you suck, and that's it. Point.
Yeah, that's
plain
it.
And simple.
Just drop the ego because you need to learn about your mistake.
You're here to learn. You don't go to fucking class and say, "Oh, you know, I know every fucking class here. You don't need to teach me anything. Then why are you here? If you're, you know, drop that ego because why are you here? You're a fucking noob. You suck. End of the day. Be proud of that. Be proud of that because every tree comes from a seed.
You're making a step that nobody's gonna make because anyone afraid to play this game. I remember like this kind of game. Comes a big boom. I remember when League of Legends started like the third, fourth. I think it's the fourth one. You know, 2014 to 2018. Like I remember League of Legends received this big boom, huge of fandom of new play entering, and I don't know why. And you know. I remember those are times when the gold person, the gold people stuck in gold in the gold medal. I remember like was a big more than 50% of the players stuck over there. And when Arcane dropped off, Arcane, you know the League of Legends series, I remember like to receive another bunch of new players playing the characters of the fucking series, man. Like you have Jace on the series. Jace is a wonderful character, but you need to spend hours of hours spend so many hours playing that fucking character because it's hard as fuck because you have like this skill and it's
Yeah.
very hard to know about
That
that
comes
character.
another question. So you would say,
Just
the,
drop
the
off your clothes. Just throw off your bad boy stuff. I'm come for Call of Duty. You need to learn
and
about
yeah,
the game.
exactly,
You need to
because
grind every day. At least
right
play.
every
I always
day,
say, I always say that you need to play at least one match. Like we are
a
adults,
day,
man. We
one
have
match a day.
responsible.
I think it's enough
It
for you
makes
to get a little
difference.
bit of
Makes
knowledge
a
from this game.
difference. Believe me, it's make difference. Like when you go to the gym and you make like 2 hours of make workout every fucking day, it
It
make difference.
eventually will work out. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to
eventually
stay
it's
and
gonna work
play
out.
for hours and
Hey, if
hours and
you
hours.
have
Like if you there's a day that you want to play Call of Duty with your friends. Before that, get in a match of Smite or Dota or whatever. Play one match, and then just get out and play either two or one
the
match,
solo
depending how long it
queue
takes.
experience, man. That's the solo queue experience, man. I used to play so
Beautiful.
many. Yeah, it's so fucking
That's a
sad and
beautiful answer. I really like that. It's like just grind it out. There's no other way of sugarcoating
and
it, right?
so
So
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like just grind it. That's the point. If you wanna be a decent player,
yeah,
I didn't say I'm a decent player. I'm just another dude who like to feel like a god sometimes, and that's why I play these fucking games.
yeah, but I mean,
Just
but you have
grind
the
it.
knowledge here. Don't like keep that
I have the
brag to the
knowledge.
balance. Don't
Yeah,
put it down because like for real, like if it wasn't for you, I would have never come into the mobile industry
I
because I was so afraid
remember.
of it. I only placed mine on computer because I like the design and I like the third person aspect. But I only did was the only thing that I did when I before I met at night. I only just go into Smite, get a character, auto items, auto skill, and just kill it. Use my abilities and just shoot, kill, try to kill. Not focusing like whether I'm taking more damage or not to the character, to the opponent. And sometimes I was good, but sometimes I was bad. I didn't know
Dude,
why.
you
Then
get
he
better.
explained me.
Remember, I
Yeah,
still remember that used to suck right now. Like
yeah.
you,
I was playing with you, and then
a
you're like,
little, a
you were
little more
studying
less,
me. Yeah, and then you were studying me, and then you
just a
say,
little less.
yeah, but I know, I admit it. I admit it.
Hey, I don't care if we lose the match. We're having fun, you
Yeah,
know.
we're having fun.
Getting
So, and
out,
that's
you
another
know,
thing. Oh, that's another thing I
stressing.
can say that I can add to the, how can you be good? Keep a mindset of having fun always, because if you have this mindset of like I want to win and I want to win, if you lose, it's gonna destroy you. So just focus on learning and having fun. Most importantly, because trust me,
Or you're gonna or you're gonna be the guy who die once and say in the chat,
yeah,
GG's go next.
it's your
I will
fault.
not play it.
Yeah.
AFKA.
They
You
die,
know,
it's their fault,
same
and they blame
thing
you.
for the game.
We'll get
You
to that
know,
later. We're
only
almost there.
because he died once on minute 5, only starting the laning phase, dude. The
All right.
fuck,
So
man.
before we get to the toxic community controversy that MOBA
Wait.
is known for,
Before that, there's other thing that about grinding. Like the thing about grinding, this kind of game, about mashups. Like this character can defeat this character so easily in the beginning or in the late game. I have this character who is a hyper carry. You need to learn about your character. Like at least you need to know what to do with your character
yeah,
in your
that's another
role.
thing to add. Yeah,
At least, because you can buy the auto items. Items for later. If you want to learn about items, just go to I don't know
yeah.
sandbox,
Keep it separate.
anything, and learning and just read the items.
Yeah, that's another thing.
But
That's
you
not,
need,
like yeah, when you're
you know,
starting. Yeah, when you're starting to get good at this stuff and you want to get good at this stuff, try not to learn everything at the get go, like all of it. Just focus on first. Pick. Which is actually this is the question I want to go for. I'll ask you just pick whatever your shows right. Know that character, know the abilities, what can you do with it, read the descriptions of the gods. Like for example, here I have a perfect example. We got the skins, we got the about, and then it says what you do, and then this the difficulty is average. What can she do? There's a bunch of history, ability builder, item builder, and then we can go here for the lore. stats right here, how much he has in damage and everything, abilities, which explain to you what does it do. And if you want to see it physical, you can always go to the what do you call it? The combat training
Yeah, yeah,
place,
the combat area, yeah,
the
it's
combat arena, practice arena, which
whatever.
can
It's mine
you
is
can
the
pick,
jungle
yeah,
practice, you
jungle
know.
practice, the jungle practice, and then you can just hit bots and see what it does. It will tell you the
Let's see
damage
what
and
it
everything.
does. You read
Yeah,
your ability. When you learn about your character and your role,
exactly.
you're
That's
gonna
when you
start
go
learning
the
about
items.
mashups. About the mashups.
Yeah.
The mashups is one of the most important thing about this kind of game, because you used to play. Let's see. You like, I don't know, Lucky, because you like Lucky, and you grind Lucky until, I don't know, like having like 15,000 points of mastery. I don't know. But you don't know how to play the game because you're stuck with Lucky. Now, if you learn about mashups, you know that Lucky works against, I don't know, people who mark you, because Lucky makes himself invisible. But let's see, if you are
Exactly.
playing against Hoji, this ADC is mine. Have this mark invisible, invisible stuff, whatever, invisible units. You know you can use your invisible against Hoji. At least you see he's playing the ability. Yeah, that's the thing about matchups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another
Again,
sample.
yeah. Like,
Another.
sorry to
Mhm.
interrupt. So let's put it in a summary because we gotta like we're almost done. So like what we come to along is that know what you're up against most of the time, all the time. There's gonna be matches where you have your item build set for certain things. You learn your character and everything, but that's not enough. You gotta understand there's gonna be other characters that are gonna be
It's gonna
either
be more. It's gonna
more
be
powerful,
more
like
powerful than yours in the beginning or in the late, or you're an early character like
exactly.
You are this early character like Fenrir. I like play Fenrir. Johnny knows I like play Fenrir. But Fenrir is
Yeah, I'll look
an
it up
early
here.
character. When you're like obviously if you're not snowball in the game,
Right here.
that pass of 20 minutes, Fenrir is gonna downhill. The power spike of Fenrir is gonna be always having like 2 or 3 items. But you're fighting against, I don't know, I just thinking of matchup
Yeah.
here. Let's see, you're playing against Agni. Agni is at this.
The combo.
No, this is gonna be like a small fact. This is gonna be this patch, the next patch. Agni control the meatballs. The ulti is he can move using that shit, and that's gonna be so busted,
Ah,
man. It's like a newbies when they change the first ability, that that he
I
stay
hate
like,
him. I hate
right
Anubis.
now he can walk using the ability. So you have Agni against you, and the Agni, like having the fourth item is gonna be destroy you. Because it's the, I don't know, the way he made it.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
like here's the thing. Like let's say you have Fenrir, and then you prepare yourself a Fenrir character. Uh, Also, this is another thing that I can piggyback on that. You're gonna go against this guy, and then you have this is much certain in items because it can be with everybody. Like when it comes to the relics and stuff, there's a relic that actually can get you away from any ability that will stun you or grab you or sick poison you, and you can just get away from that damage, at least not the hit but at least the passive effects, right? So let's say that somebody puts that in. A Hades is coming. Hades is my main, and one of the ultimate that he has is, let me see if I can find him here quickly before we continue. Let's see it right here.
Hades is another example.
Yeah,
Hades have this early power spike because
early power
Hades,
spike.
yeah, no, the
So
power spike of Hades is gonna be level 5 because you have the ulti, you blink
yeah, and
in,
so
and you use
exactly
your
in my
ulti.
head,
Obviously, if you see that the enemy team have something to be
like
immune of
Nike,
his ulti, Hades, because
like
Hades,
Bastet, like a
a blink
newbies.
or a jump or whatever.
Yeah, I
You
gotta be
know
aware
that,
of that. I gotta be aware of
yeah,
that.
you
And I'm
need to
like,
aware of that.
I gotta be like, okay, so what can I do to prevent that from happening?
It's great for, you know.
Either I find a pool item, I gotta know if my friend is using a character that I can actually hold that person and stun them so that I can get the damage percent done. For example, Hades has this moveset right here. It's called not the blight, the Pillar of Agony. And that's his ultimate. He just goes in the middle, just like makes an aura, and then sucks people in, doing damage per second. Right?
Or I remember doing damage per second, but you win 10% for every people you drag in.
It's
Makes
even
him,
more the damage. Exactly.
yeah,
So,
if
but now
you
let's
receive
see.
more
Yeah, but now
damage
I'm
for
fighting.
every people
Yeah,
sucking.
but now I'm fighting a Bastet, which is the god of the cats. Right? She has an ability that she can jump twice, right?
Why you
So she can
playing
escape.
Bastard?
So in my head, right? In my head, I'm like, okay, if I do the ultimate, she will definitely jump out of that ultimate, and she can escape, right? So I will not do the ultimate, but if I have an Ares on my side, let's say, right, and that Hades has an ultimate where he can pull you with chains, and then it will drag everybody who grabbed in the aura, right, in the circle, in the range, and it will hit plus stun. So if Bastet tries to jump, I can pull it with that chain of Harry's. I can, hey bro, do the ultimate. I'm gonna do the ultimate. We can combo it up, and then when he pulls Bastet to the ultimate, to my ultimate, she will be unable to escape, and that's how we'll get the damage and kill her. And that's an advantage for us to move forward because Bastet has high damage, ultras like high damage. Not, I don't know if it's like, is it mid level or like late? Is Bastet late?
Yeah, no,
Late damage?
but it's early. So
Early
early
damage.
touch-
So imagine that.
yeah,
You see
early
what I'm
touch.
talking about? I gotta spike up quickly with life steals and penetration so that friends that I have could help me. But if I don't have somebody who can help me or no item that can help me, I'm not gonna waste my ultimate on her.
There's
I'm gonna
other
focus on
things
other
to learn.
teams. And here's the plot twist. Here's the other plot twist. If she has a relic ability to escape a stun, then the Hades, then the
Like the
Ares,
beats?
yeah, like
Like
the beats, the Ares pool will hit her, right? Will not kill. She will press that relic, and she will escape my ultimate. So she will get a little bit of damage, but not die. You see how we have to work things out? So in my head, I gotta think all of that combined.
All that shit.
When
Yeah,
when a
all
person
that shit.
comes into the MOBA, they don't have all that information because again, it comes through the grinding. So if that's the very important matchups. You got to be careful of what the player can do to you. If you have the power to beat that player, because trust me, there's tanks. I can never, unless he doesn't know how to use them, I can never, ever kill a Kabrakan. Because he's fully tank. I won't do shit unless I'm late.
Mitigation, unless you have your team.
Or exactly.
You,
But you know what I
you
mean? Like,
complete late.
so
You
I
have an order to.
yeah.
Do you have an order? Excuse me, by the way. Sorry for
No, it's
interrupting.
okay, go, no.
Do you have an order to kill the enemy in a team fight? You know, like for example, you need to kill DPS first, or the burst, or like vice versa. Or if the enemy team have a healer, obviously you're gonna jump into the healer. You know, many times the tank's gonna be there to annoy you, like trying to be pain in the ass for you. That's why you need to learn how to how to compromise your role. For example, I play someone in jungle. I like playing the jungle, and my job as jungler obviously is gonna be to make you win your lane, trying to make there's another stuff that is trying to make you win the lane with my help. I'm not gonna babysitting you. Obviously I have other people, I have a run map. Obviously if the matchup brings up, if your matchup is gonna be difficult, I'm gonna help you. If you have matchup and you have the advantage, on the matchup. Obviously, I'm gonna leave you in the lane, and of course, I hope that you win. Sometimes, sometimes you don't win the lane. Doesn't matter if you're good. Doesn't matter if you're bad. Sometimes, you have the days. You have the days. And my job in the team fights always try to go against the mains or the DPS. I mean the hunter or whatever you call it, ADC. If you have the healer, I'm gonna jump into the healer, trying to get out of the fight. But
Yeah.
that's the
It's
world
just
that's that.
different outcomes.
It's a page. It's like an entire node.
Yeah, it's you gotta but again, and how would you get all that stuff? By doing what
Grind
we
the
told you, just
fucking,
grind, play every single time, and then take
if you
notes
have
in
the
your head,
day, if
visualize
you
your
have the day,
mistakes. If
if
you
you
want
have
what?
the day, if you have the money, if you have the resource, just buy a coach. Buy a coach.
Yeah.
There's some plenty of coach
And I mean,
over
come
there.
on, there's friends who will do it for free. You don't have to actually pay for somebody. But hey,
Like me,
full
I
fellowship. But
used to receive money just to do it because I remember I'm coaching someone, and in the like 3 4 months later he reached Diamond 4, and that's the all the way he can go.
he could reach, yeah.
Yeah, he can reach, but because he stopped playing the game, like
Yeah.
have so interesting and so interest, whatever.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it all comes with good practice, and eventually you will get it.
And
Trust me.
yeah,
I started off knowing shit, and all shit that I told you is by playing with him. Not every single day. Sometimes we take 2 days off, 3 days off. I can't go today. I'm sorry. So I'll
right
go
now,
alone.
right now, like you just stop playing like
Yeah,
for a month
I
now.
stopped playing in my way because I think Spider-Man, like new games started to come up, so I have to like give it a stop. But I wanted to come back in. But
At least,
as
at
soon as I
least you are
wanted to,
poor like
yeah.
me. At least you're poor like me, and your
But like,
soul for
don't look at my
Dota, for
skins.
League
Don't
of
look at my skin.
Legends.
Even though I just
Because
show you my skins, but don't look at my skins.
but the bad thing about this, and I always say this to me, and it's hard as fuck. Like every time I play like an offline game, or I play, I don't know, like in the Switch for relax, like 5 minutes later I start like thinking I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. I need to play, Dota or League Legends or something.
Yeah, your
Like
mind wants to have
that's
it
my
compressed
mental.
and through the
Yeah, I
day.
just hate that, man. I just hate it because I want to relax, and the
Yeah, you
minute
think you're
pass.
wasting time. Yeah,
Yeah, I wasted
it
my
could
time in
it
practice. I
could
need
lead to,
to
yeah, but it's
do
okay.
my research.
That's normal. All you got to do is work on yourself to take some day offs and just don't think about the game that you are actually want to get good at and get hooked on. Eventually you'll get it,
Impossible,
right?
man.
So,
Impossible. It's
so
like drugs. It's
speaking
like
of toxicity, right? Now we're getting to the good stuff. We got 2 more topics left, and then we'll end it there for tonight. But before we end, I gotta ask you, and this is the juicy part. Do you consider MOBA the most toxic community in the gaming industry? Would
dude.
you say that? Would you say that MOBA is the most toxic community, or you would say it's a little
No,
bit of
no. Every
balance?
every every game have this, this small group, this small group about the city. That's. I don't believe that MOBA is toxic. I mean, it's toxic in this way, but
No, we're talking about the game
and
itself. We're
most,
talking about the community.
the community, like, yeah, the community sucks as fuck, right? It's behind the screen because they would have voice channels. They would
Yeah,
like many people start like, like getting, um,
muted.
no, getting,
Praise.
getting surprised because League of Legends is gonna add
Oh,
voice
okay.
channel.
So right,
Like
yeah.
people are like making a big deal about it, man.
Hey,
Voice channel
well, here's the thing.
exists
Uh,
like so many years ago, and
like
like
the toxicity is in every game. Let's just keep it
yeah,
at that,
exactly.
right? But throughout my experience, I can say that if we're gonna do a top, right, a top 5 or top 3, I can definitely tell that I'm not saying it's the most because there's always a balance, but I can say for me on my list that number one most toxic community I've ever seen is the MOBA. Because again, here's the thing. Here's how I can define that. When you're playing casual on Soul Calibur, driving, race car, Need for Speed, you'll get an insult, but it's just 5% of the whole community, right? Some asshole kid who thinks that's funny, or somebody who needs his mom, right? So when it comes to MOBA, even though I get it, I screw up big time, right? I'm sorry, I'm not doing this on purpose. You will get insulted to their heart's content. Like we're talking about, like I remember my first insult with you. I was ranked 10 Hades, but I come from arena, so I'm getting new to the whole thing, right? And then I'm not technically screw up because that's another thing that I want to add soon. I'm not technically screw up, but he thinks that I screwed up, right? And then he goes and texts me, rank 10 Hades, F you, right? To just in case I don't want to get whatever. I'm not getting monetized anyway. He just said rank 10 Hades, fuck you, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
It's funny that you say that right now.
but and here's the thing. Here's the thing.
It's funny.
All of this that I'm talking, the story that I'm telling right now, the mini story that I'm telling right now, is in fucking casual. We're fucking doing casual match. Nothing's gonna happen to your fucking rank. So why the fuck do you trying to be this way for me? I understand it's frustrating, but calm the fuck down. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. I've seen people who are mad at me, and they just go, "Now you're good, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Fuck it."
Hey, you know,
And you're
it's
mad,
just like,
but you're not being disrespectful.
you're turning on. You like literally, you're talking. You just talk about it. You're just turning on. You just start like,
Dude,
you know, getting range. I mean, I
insane.
understand you. I used to be like that. I told you before. Before
Yeah.
the past, I used to be like this.
Get frustrated
frail
with people
kid,
because they're
kid.
not. Yeah, they're not good.
Right now, like later on, when you start, you losing your soul with these games. Just say why I get mad for this kid. You know, it's fun in the beginning because you know sometimes we laugh about it, about the people get like mad for nothing because it's for nothing. But they constantly think about trying to gain attention.
That's where it's
It's
at.
just sad, man. It's very sad. Very,
That's where it's
very
at.
tired. Yeah.
And,
In the beginning, it's
try.
fun. In the beginning, it's fun.
I
Like,
try my
it's
best,
like,
and you know me.
ha.
Yeah.
It's like ha 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 with the guy who just told you the guy
Yeah.
who stopped
And
playing
I'm
because
like, yeah, and I'm like,
okay,
whatever. But then he keeps doing like,
he
dude,
keeps
like,
going, keeps
dude,
trying,
don't,
keeps,
don't play
being
this
patient. Yeah,
game,
just please don't
bro.
stop,
Like,
please.
dude, like,
Just install this
yeah.
game. Make us a favor. Make you a favor. Okay,
Yeah,
just
like,
install
dude,
this game.
definitely.
Get a life. I don't know, like.
And that's
I don't
another
know.
thing that I want to add. Just like zombies, right? Like Call of Duty zombies, everybody has their strategy. And one of the things that clashes in the MOBA industry a lot, and Call of Duty Zombies as well, is that when you enter the game, you cannot think it's gonna be my way. You gotta think it's gonna be our way, because there's people who tell Knight himself, which he's been playing MOBA for years now. You don't get to tell on him. Of course, they don't know him, of course, right? So they will just come at him like it's his fault. He did this. Why did you do that? And then he tells me, or sometimes he writes that person, I didn't because this way is how it's supposed to be, And they think we fucked up or he fucked up, and no, they fucked up, We get mad. We totally get it. Like, remember that clip on TikTok where the fucking Thor guy just left in the middle of a fight because he was mid-health. He got scared. And then he left you alone. And then Thanatos got you with that ultimate. You remember that clip? It was funny, though, but I get your anger. But again, you didn't go at him and you just scream at yourself with me. And I'm just laughing. But you don't wrote him, you fucking suck, you're a piece of shit. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much it frustrates you, it's casual. It's angry, but fuck you then.
I mean, it's angry because it's a video game,
Yeah.
It doesn't. But in the end, I don't get frustrated. Like for real seas. I just frustrate for
Just for a
fun,
second. Yeah, just for a second.
Just
You're
for a
like
second for
pissed, and
fun
then you're
because
like, yeah,
when I get
motherfucker, and then you're just calm.
you like yeah, I remember like these short story like I remember I followed this top laner in League of Legends called Antonio. She's Spanish, she's European, and this is one
Okay.
of the best top laner I
You've ever
see
met?
playing. What?
You've ever met like like the best middle lane player you've ever met or seen? Just play together because you play
Yeah,
together. So
no, you just see
technically.
on YouTube, man. These are
Oh, you're just
top
watching
players.
YouTube. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. It's called the Antonio. And I remember like he lost. I mean, he lost like 20 in the World Championship League of Legends or the LCS Summer Split. I don't remember, but I remember like he lost one of the most important matches of his life, and he feel like I just saw his face, man. Like make me goosebumps, man. Because this that was a kind. That's a other kind of frustration. You know, like you fail your team, you are the captain, and you fail them, but they're okay with that. You know,
right.
and I remember that he stopped like uploading video for a month or 3 months later. Like he disconnected completely. You know, that's our type of frustration. That's our type of anger. Cause I
Yeah.
remember that he uploaded this video before he goes and talking about what he felt, what he lost. And sometimes I'm like him because you know I like to be competitive, but the same time I like to having fun, having fun doing competitive. Like sometimes I love this match that I make a 100% of sportment, like make everything in my power to win the game, even more than 100%. And I just need to close the game. We close the game. I don't know, take a breath or going outside to see the just disconnecting completely because that's our type of frustrated. It's screaming or something or like it's having fun. It's just like you tell before, like fuck you. That's all. But yeah, like that's the beauty of this kind of game that you make your effort like you in your life, in daily life. Like sometimes you do what you do everything in your power for one thing, and later like vanish. You know,
Yep.
and you
Totally
can
agree.
do that, but you have another match, you have another day to try again.
Exactly.
You're not
It's
dead.
just another match.
You
Just
only yeah, you only respawn in oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. You respawn for a day, and you wake up and let's go for another match.
yeah. Let's go for
One
another
more.
match. Let's just
Yeah.
do more. You having 5 tough matches? Get the fuck out of there. Play another day. Play
If you have
tomorrow.
your if you
Yeah,
have your
relax, watch a
like that
series,
real
get
life.
off the gaming for a while, and then come back. You'll be fluid as ever. Come back, trust me on that.
If
It
you
has happened
have
before. So yeah, we're talking about, dude. We're talking about the level of skill that me and Knight has. Now, of course, I don't have like way too much. I can consider myself still on the basics, even though I've been playing for years. I still don't think I'm that top. But now I know my shit at some things. Now I know what to do. Now I know if I'm doing something wrong. Either I study it after. But to this point of level of Knight level, we have lost matches. We have lost matches
we have
because again, like that's the beauty of MOBA. There's going to be moments in games, and that if you know, you know, but if you don't, there's always a determination, and there's always a possibility, a chance of winning or losing, depending on the god that you choose or the character that you choose in every MOBA game. Like it's just like that. It is what it is. Like yeah, there's no way I can defeat a Juman Garden, right? Jumangander,
alone.
way faster than Artemis, because Artemis has less tank, less defense than Jumangander, because Jumangander is a guardian. So those things are going to be strategized. So if I see a game and this happens, right now, am I saying I lose every time I see a Majuman Gondar? No, I have beaten him and won. Because again, it all depends on the player skill, on the opponent's skill, and it all depends on what items you put on yourself to get over that wall of I cannot do it. Because at first you can, but then you will. Because I can just get a hunter and kick his ass, right? But if I'm using a mage, then I'm stuck. So that the thing that's just it's a dice roll. That's the beauty. That's why I never say let them reveal what they choose, because then it will be that easy, right? So let's just focus on keeping everything blank, and then let's see who we're up against. Oh, we're gonna lose. Oh, we're gonna win.
That's the other thing you need to practice. You don't pick because you like the character. You pick because you need the character.
Yep. At first,
and
pick whoever you like.
At first,
but then eventually,
you're learning the game. But eventually,
you gotta learn to that character that you like go, and then focus on other characters. Now, the good thing about this is that there's this many list of characters who you can pick that will have what you need. So that's a good news. The bad news is that you cannot stay with one character forever.
In the end, fuck, man. In the end, you main one character in the beginning, but in the end, fuck, I have a piece of hair in my mouth. I'm so sorry. In the end, you are gonna main your role, cause believe me, like you stuck with this character, you know about this character, you know how to play with this character, but in the end, you're gonna learn and you're gonna main your role.
Yeah, that's how I did. Dude, I'm a good mid laner. A solo laner. Those are the first two. I haven't still gotten to other ones. I think I did other lanes because they picked both of them and they didn't want it to trade. So I think I picked jungle and you helped me once. Like, dude, shit, what do I do? And he goes, okay, go here, go here, go here. All right, you got that? Okay, now stay with me. All right, come with me. Dude, I swear, I don't like to play alone still. I'm fighting that to play alone without Night. Because again, like, with Night on my side, I can be like, am I doing something wrong? And he goes, no, you're doing fine. And then all of a sudden, he goes, come to me. I need help. Forget about the lane. It's over. You don't need to defend that anymore because it's already torn down. We're going to this lane. And that, because again, even if they destroy these two towers, it doesn't mean that we'll go through that lane. They destroy that to have an advantage if certain things don't work out in what they have planned, because you're gonna see them destroy one tower, but then they're gonna go back and then they're gonna go to the right lane. It's like, why not finish what you started? Because that's not how conquests work. That's not how the whole game works. But in some cases, if I'm playing alone, I don't know. He has to tell me. So that's what I got to work with. I got to have that. That's
initiative. Normal. That's normal because sometimes I don't know. I just pass that phase. Like literally, I don't know.
I need to learn that initiative of saying, okay, I know where to go because he's being fucked up by a lot of gods. I need help. Like sometimes I'm in middle and I'm like, I need help, and then he comes at me. Sometimes I don't even ask. He knows that he has to come to the middle to save me from any tanks, because again, that's another thing. In Conquest, it's way different than Arena. When you go to Arena, you get most of the stuff unlocked basically at level 5, 10. When you start at Conquest, you start with 0 and less money than Arena. So you gotta save up what you really have to unlock first with skill points and with money. So sometimes, this is another thing. You're gonna go into the lane and you're gonna go up against somebody. You don't know which of the teams are. He has a knowledge of which one will go towards you, because again, you don't know the roles of the opponents. You see the gods. He knows sometimes, like, hey, I think Mulan is gonna come to you. I think Crabraken is gonna come to you. I think some Zeus is going to come to you, because he has, like, seeing the team, he knows which one is going to go where. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, and sometimes it's like, I thought Zeus was going to go in and Mulan is coming in, and then when you coming in to attack, defending, and he's coming to attack you, you got to understand, I'm a mage, I'm a solo laner, I am fucked without any help, so I got to stay inside the tower, and that's my mission. I got to prevent them to enter the tower, because again, if I try and fight this character, which I do have to eventually, but like strategy, first. Okay. Like when fighting games, when you play fighting games, you're like, what, like who's coming first before the first, who's doing the first punch. I gotta be aware of those things because again, like Pele, I have fought solo lane with Pele, and Pele is stronger than Hades. He's gonna kick my ass with one blow. So I have to understand this and be like, okay, I cannot just go rampaging. Sometimes we get the panic trigger, but we gotta like keep it down the level. It's just a hard
And again,
challenge to not know.
and again, how you get that knowledge? Grinding the fucking game.
Grind the front game. Yeah.
Grinding your knowledge. Open your mind, because sometimes when you are looking to draft, sometimes they're making a lullaby. For example, I remember when Carbon used to go jungle, never again that shit. That was many moons ago.
Remember when Hades was
And
guardian?
when you see a Kabrak and later you see another garden, you start thinking, what the fuck happened here? There's a lullaby here.
Yeah.
But if you know about the game, if you know about meta, if you know about what the pro playing, you're gonna say Kabrak is gonna be in the jungle, so I need to be prepared. I need to be caution about this Kabrak. Anyway, summarize everything. Grind the game. Grind the fucking game. Don't be a pussy.
Speaking of my meta, do you think somebody should focus on a meta character or not? Is that something that's required? Should I actually go for a meta character?
Sadly, yeah. If you want to climb, any type of game, you need to learn about meta. You need to pick characters in meta. The thing about meta is that if you don't know how to play the character, it's your time to learn how to play the character, because either way, you're gonna win because it's a meta character.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to play. I don't know. Let's put right now in Dota, because Dota have this often thing about making characters, I don't know, difficult to learn, and you never pick that character, but that character right now is in the meta. You can pick it, and you can learn about the character.
Yeah. By the way, for newcomers, for pause on that, for newcomers, meta means like the top characters, like the ones that everybody's using right now, because they have certain abilities that before an update comes in, they have more overpower over other characters.
They make a buff, and they're broken the culture. It's like any time of game. Right now, like Call of Duty have cultures too. So yeah.
Yeah. So
that's so sad.
So another example I can piggyback on that is like, for example, like Hades. When I talked about like I want Hades, I told Night I want Hades, and he goes, "That's not a very good idea. But if you want to pick it," and I'm like, "Why it's not a good idea? I like the character. He's dark. I'm into edgy characters. I'm Revenant from Apex. I love the dark characters. So why can I pick?
That's cool. That's cool.
And then he goes and tells me. He tells me, back then, I don't know now, but he tells me because Hades is predictable. And I'm like, what? How is it predictable? Because everybody knows that he's going to do the teleport, the stomp, and then sometimes the ultimate with the stomp, and then the blight ability. So, you see what I'm talking about? He's not meta.
Or if you're smart, or if you are smart enough that you blink and you use way to waste all this ability, and you have the blink rune, and you blink again, and you use your ulti. This
is the thing. Hades is one of the beta characters, so he is super predictable. He's one of the first characters in the game, and the thing is that with Hades, everybody that sees a Hades, including myself, if I fight him against a Hades, and I'm not using Hades this round, I'm just using Sanami or some shit like that, I know what he's gonna do. And I understand that predictability, because in my head, I'm like, okay, he's going to do the teleport, the shit that I do, right? The shit that everybody does.
I know more than you.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, I know more than you, so I know what to do. But that's just it. That's just it. If somebody doesn't pick magic beads, and I'm using Hades, and the opponent doesn't pick beads, they don't know how to play. Or at least they never fought. They never fought us against Hades. You know what I'm talking about? Because a lot of people are gonna do the magic bits relic, because it takes away from the ultimate, which is pulls you. But if you press that relic, you can get away and escape it. Or if I'm using like an escape character, I know that I don't have to worry about Hades, because once he does the ultimate, I'll just dash and get the fuck out of that ultimate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, I'm 60 on 40 versus him if I'm using a character and I know how to use him. So you have to keep in mind that some gods, you can pick them, if you want to, but remember their flaws. Very important. Hey, there's no bad character. That's
Man,
been
there's no bad
proven.
characters.
There's
You
never a bad
know,
character. This has been proven in the Capcom World Tour when Mono used the lowest tier character. Nobody ever used this character, and he won the championship. International.
no, yeah,
So
some,
no, there's no such
some
thing as a bad character. It's just you gotta understand the
yeah,
flaw
yeah,
and then come up
the
with
patch,
something that would overcome that flaw. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, the patches come out and your favorite character get nerfed, the nerf into the ground, so you can't use it because you're gonna lose, or something like that, or this character get buffed too high and they broke the character, and suddenly you will never see your character until the next patch or 2 patches or 3 patches. It's something to make balance on the game, but at the end it's not gonna be balanced. Or if you're good enough, sometimes like for fun, I'm playing, I don't know, like F tier character for the patch, and I get kills, I win the game,
Go.
and you know, there is the you need to pull, you have like your selection, your champion selection, or heroes or god or whatever. You need to have a big choices of character in this kind of game, because if you get nerfed or get banned on the
That's true.
big six, you know,
That's true. Always have more
and
than one
that's
character.
why when meta is most important thing on this kind of game. If you want to climb the game, you play meta. I'm so sorry, that's not true. I don't like playing meta. I like more playing anti-meta, like the counter of the meta. Sometimes I pick for fun because I just want to play this character. Like today, I played Dota today. I say to me, hey, I want to play Juggernaut. I want to play position one. I just having fun. I don't care if I lose. And this was good, but I'm gonna start again, again, play my position and my characters for climbing again, because I was winning. I was so scared that, hey, this is my third win of the day. What the fuck happens? This is so good for be true. and yeah, just don't pick for pick. Just be
Okay.
intelligent. Use your
Yeah.
brain.
Learn. Anyways,
Just learn.
all right. So we're gonna end it up with this question, with this last topic, with this conversation, and then we're gonna go.
Oh, yeah,
Before we go, when this is very important for a lot of people who actually are wondering, and a lot of people want to have this dream of having a team, getting on LAN parties, doing their own jersey search, and competing against other teams and Comic Con or whatever they do these sort of gaming competitions. First Attack in Puerto Rico, they do Overwatch, and I love seeing that. They have done in Plaza Las Americas. They have done on it used to be Microsoft. Now it's closed, but they used to have Saturday League of Legends competitions, which is kind of cool. So my question is to you, for the viewers, when do you think a player is up for competing on esports on a MOBA tournament? Like when is the time for me to say, okay, I'm good, I'm getting my shits on, I'm over 60, I'm level 80, I got my shit, I think I have the knowledge for it. So when do you think is the best time to say, hey, I think you're ready to go on tournaments? Which is a hard question, because even though it's personal preferences, or it's very relative depending on the person itself, there's still, even if you're good or extremely good at this game, you're over the top rank, when you reach tournament, it's not the same thing. These people are either good or better than you. So when can you say, hey, I think you're ready for a MOBA?
I don't
What are
know.
the
Just
qualifications, requirements?
what the qualification? I don't know. Just if you're good, and you're not, and you're good, just try. Just go out to the street and try.
Okay.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter if you rank in online, in your league war, or in your league, or in your medal. Just go out on the street, try with friends. Hey, just make this for fun. You know, go to the competition, get your ass kicked, Someday you're gonna win. Someday you're gonna make name. Like everyone, every man from born like have this fantastic childhood, fantastic teenage phase, 2012 to 2018, more late like 2020.
Hmm.
I wanna be. I always have this dream. I had this dream to make money playing video games, but I never had. Puerto Rico doesn't have this system of making. Doesn't
Esports
have the
teams.
support esport.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the
there's
esports community is still growing on Puerto Rico. I mean, after I left First Attack, and now they're
yeah,
doing,
fighting game
yeah,
is gonna be
they're
the
doing,
one.
yeah. When it comes to fighting games, I think that's the high tier on competition in Puerto Rico. Now, when it comes to MOBA and other stuff like that, there is something there. Of course, there's
Mostly
always
it's
something local, but it's
places.
still,
Yeah.
yeah, it's still not in the level yet. And I hope it does one day, either with Dota or some stuff like that. We still get competitions
I
here in
hope so.
Orlando.
I hope so. I wanna go back. I wanna go back. But this time, that Spectre. I wanna stay playing online.
Yeah.
Having
So
my
that's
medal,
actually a good answer.
flying,
Actually, like that's a good.
flying.
I sorry to interrupt you there, but it surprised me because I thought you were gonna say like, no, you need to be this and this and that, and no, like if you think you're good, just go ahead and try, and if you get your ass beat, then you know where you're at. So you're gonna come home and you're gonna kick some more ass in practice, and then
You
hope for the best.
frustrated. You get mad. You're gonna
Dude,
get
I've been
mad.
there. Trust me. When it comes to
That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about because I know this is gonna affect
yeah,
you.
like
No,
it did affect me, especially on Tekken 7.
you just get mad. You start off your phone, take a rest,
I really took
and
I
later
really
back
took.
again.
Here's the thing, I really
Try
took
it
the loss.
again.
I took the loss fine. The problem is that
The people, the
I got
fuck
really
up.
sad because the people were a little bit disrespectful, and I
You
understand why. I'm
people.
not supposed to be there, but I here's the thing, I signed up on the tournament for Soul Calibur, and I wanted to be on stream. I wanted to be on the stream, but Soul Calibur, since the bracket is so low, because it's kind of almost dead game, if you want to call it that way. I don't want to say that. Please go ahead and buy it if you're interested. Trust me, you're gonna have a good time. There's still people online playing. It's still active. Just saying, like, it's not a bit. Nobody, no, not too many people, you know, are hyped about this compared to Tekken. But the bracket, since it's so low, I couldn't get on stream unless I was in the top 8, and I haven't reached it. I have beaten 2 or 3 people, and then I'm eliminated. So, it is what it is. It's just I gotta
It is
practice
what
more.
it is. That's
But
the real.
when it
That's
comes to
real
Tekken,
shit.
yeah, well, I did sign up for Tekken, and in my head, I'm like, I still remember Kunimitsu. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then first match, I was on stream. I said to my friends, "Hey, dude, I think I told you I'm gonna be on stream. I'm gonna be on stream. I'm gonna be in an esport competition, right?" So I get in, I see all the lamps, the cameras, and my heart is beating up to the pulp. Like, and then I go like that. He was nice. The guy I was fighting with, I think he was using Bob, the fat Bob, not Slim Bob, and he beat my ass, dude. Like, I couldn't do shit. I think I did a little bit of the first, but then he got me, and then off to lose it. I just said bye, and then I think you and some friends told me, dude, they were making fun of you, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm cringy, but why do you have to make fun of me? I'm just trying to be here. I didn't ask for be on
It's
stream in the
like
first match, and then
remember that.
yeah, and
Uh
then
huh.
one second time I did try and play a little bit, and actually did practice with Jack, but it wasn't enough. So I was playing with Jack, and then the best Jack player at least in Florida, I don't know, was here. It's looking at me. He was seeing the Jack. I was kind of flattered because I was like, okay, look, so he's trying to see what I can do with Jack. And then he was showing me, hey, you can do this twice. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh my god, I didn't do that. Thank you. But then when he come in here, we start fighting each other. Hey, can I play with you? Sure, man. We're in practice. We're not competing. And I bit his ass one round, and then he goes, and I'm like,
No, that's
yeah.
friendly competition. This is
And
just
then, bro,
for me. It's friendly
1-3,
competition.
2 matches, I'm done. Like, this guy just tear me out with Jack. It's Jack versus Jack because he's the best Jack player. And I was like, man, that sucks though, because I get fucking down. So I didn't get mad. I was like, dude, you're awesome, man, right? And then he gave me some tips, and then I think I moved, and then I started to compete. This time I wasn't on stream though, thank God. And then I went in to fight, right? So I'm just fighting, trying to beat them, and I think I got him halfway with my combo, so at least I showed something for it. But then he comes at me, and then he starts saying tips like every time KO, and then he goes, try to do this, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah. But then I looked through the corner of my eye, and I know it can be blurry, that's why I didn't judge fully, but it still got me. I looked at him, and he was like, what the fuck is he doing here? You know what I mean? And that makes me feel out of place, dude. I'm trying to be there. I'm alone. I'm starting to make friends in here in Florida. I don't know anybody, so that's why I go to the tournaments. I don't care if I win or lose. I just want to meet people. I just want to meet my Soul Calibur players. And Florida Caliber, you have been super nice to me, and I thank you. I'm sorry if I've been a jerk. I don't mean it. I think I'm being nice, and I accidentally spread the word badly. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't mean it. And Florida Caliber just cares about me. Every person that was there was nice to me. They say, "Hey, come on, let's. We're gonna have sushi. You want to come?" And I was like, "Hell, fucking yeah! You guys know me, and you're inviting me. That's what's up. That's why I like the Soul Calibur community. They're really nice to each other. Of course, because we need each other to be together. Tekken, though, I didn't have a nice time. Like for real, it was really sad. And I said to myself, I'm not gonna play Tekken 7 anymore. They really got me. I don't want to play Tekken 7. I want to play Tekken 8, but I stopped with Tekken 7. Like I deleted it. I'm like, I'm not a Tekken player. And fuck you if you think I'm not, because hang on, because I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 1, 2, 3. I played all of the Tekkens, bro. But again, I'm just not to the level of a pro player when it comes to Tekken 7. Now Tekken 8, I'm beginning to practice, and if I think I'm good enough, I'll give it one more shot for sure this time, right? Soul Calibur though, I will never be bad. I always remember, because one of the difference between Tekken and Soul Calibur is that Tekken is much more chain combos, so it's harder to memorize because there's a lot of inputs. Soul Calibur, just do 4-button combo, 5-combo, and you will get it. You don't need to worry about keeping it in the air. That's the difficulty in Tekken. So you're gonna have moments like that. You're gonna be frustrated, especially on MOBA. Trust me on this shit, bro. This is gonna be toxic as hell, but try not to take it seriously and focus more on being better for yourself. Try to be nicer with everybody. Don't feel cocky. Don't brag. Just be there for fun, and that's actually the best mentality. If you're gonna compete in esports, my recommendation is don't come with the thought that you're gonna win or lose. Go with the thought that you're gonna be friends and you're gonna have fun. That way it will calm down your nerves. For me, it worked. I don't know. But for me, it calmed down my nerves every time they call me like, "Oh, Jonathan X Black," and I'm like, "Oh shit," because I have the mentality of I need to win because I don't want to look bad in front of everybody. No. Just sit. You're gonna fight against a friend that you just met, and that's how it is, dude. I was competing with one of the best Aswell players in Florida, and he was super nice to me, dude. He was like, "Oh, dude, I thought," we were laughing and joking around. It felt like it was not a tournament. It felt like we were just casually playing. Now I lost, yeah, but he didn't make me look bad. He was like, "Dude, that was awesome." And I think, at least for what I've seen, that's what Tekken community needs to do. Just be nicer. I know that you worship this game, and I understand why. Tekken is the best thing in the world. But don't, try to be nicer to people who are dumb, like me, or cringe. It's hard.
I mean, everyone start making the move, or making that's the fight I have with people who play these games, and in my scene, they start like complaining about the new player. Hey, in the past you was a new player, be patient. Doesn't care if you will lose for a new player. The new player have the spirit. It's gonna have the experience for losing until he win a match or a fight or whatever. So that's why you need to be, calm about this stuff. And if you're good, if you think you're good, go to the war.
Yeah, go to the war. Get eaten alive. Come back home, practice more, and then go back again.
Practice more and then back again. Then one day you're gonna eat someone. So
look, worst case scenario.
Don't give up, man. Don't give up.
Worst case scenario, you're just gonna get your ass beat and go home. After that, you can still go and eat, celebrate that you were there. Just enjoy the night, enjoy the day. Feel proud that you're trying your best, and most of all, feel proud that you're trying. There's people who don't go to tournaments. I had people telling me, be like, "Are you sure you want to go to a tournament, bro? They're gonna kick your ass." That was first attack. My first attack, I entered for Soul Calibur, and I was like, I don't care, dude. I just want to have fun. And I met a friend. I met Joel Catcom from Late Night Casual. Sometimes like the nightmare. I call them the 2D nightmare because he comes from Street Fighter, but because he's a Street Fighter main, but he loves Soul Calibur, and he actually that day he actually joined a Soul Calibur tournament. He joined Street Fighter and then Soul Calibur, if I'm not mistaken, or at least he played with Soul Calibur players casual before the match just starts, and we met each other. We were both alone. He was alone. I was alone. He started talking to me. We were really awkward. We were really awkward. But then we started to keep talking, and we made out. We're friends. We made friends, and we I gather out that friendship. I said to myself, "You see, this is why I come here. I come here to make friends. Meaning, you people, gamer community, feel like I'm not alone because trust me, it's hard to go alone to a competition. You're gonna feel out of place. Nobody knows you. You're trying to talk, they'll ignore you. It has happened before. Trust me on that, because they cannot take that cringe away and respect you, which is understandable. But still, it is what it is. But yeah, man. I mean, I think we're done here. We talked about everything else.
Yeah, man.
We mentioned everything. This was a good episode. I really did enjoy this.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do more often, man. Like talk about something else that we're good at.
Yeah, of course. So we're not good at. I hope you people like have patience with me. My accent or my English. I know.
Bro, I could understand you the whole way. It doesn't matter.
Fuck too.
Doesn't matter.
Idle suck, man.
I say thank you instead of thank you. Sometimes it's just.
Thank you, you people.
No, I was talking about tanks. Oh yeah. Anyways, guys, it's been so much fun tonight. Thank you for joining us on episode 1.
Stay hard, man. Stay hard.
Yeah, let's see if I can eventually turn this into a live session, because I prefer to talk with you guys too. Make this longer, on a weekend, maybe on a Friday. Let's see what happens. But first, I want to test how the results are in and see if I enjoy this being recorded more or if I want to do this live. Whichever works, but I just want to make sure. That's it. If you want to follow me on any social media platform, links down below. For donations as well, links down below. Thank you in advance. If you did, you don't have to. I'm just putting it out there in the description below. Everything. All right. If you want, and also here in the overlays, if you want to see it. If you want to know more, if you want to communicate with Anthony Knight, if you want to have a MOBA buddy, if you want to play Dota with somebody, his right here, Anthony Knight, in every single thing you will see on social media is Anthony Knight. Discord as well, Instagram. Boy, you're in for a treat. This guy knows how to play. If you want to get good, DM this guy. Trust, he helped me, so I'm passing the word to you. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this podcast, because I want to let people know about you, so they can actually grow up in the MOBA industry true and not let this become.
So, man, I hope so.
Yeah, because here's the thing, MOBAs itself,
man.
Yeah, MOBAs themselves are really scary to start with. This is one of the most scary. Going into the top 5, I think Dark Souls, the Souls games, MOBA games are one of the most scariest games to start, because you think you're not gonna be good because you've heard stories, this is toxic. Trust me, it's all said and done, and it's true, but it's not 100% true. There's space for you to jump in and see it before you press start, right? So with knowledge from somebody who actually does know this, it will be really extremely helpful for you. So yeah, subscribe, like, and share. If you're new here, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you will not miss any of my beautiful content. Yeah, we'll see you whenever I get the chance to do another episode of Late Night Podcast. It's still not in the schedule yet, but I'm planning to do this often more. So yeah, thank you for sticking around. Thank you, Anthony Knight, for joining me tonight on this amazing episode. Really good, wise wisdom from MOBA Pro Player, and yeah, I hope this inspires you to continue being coached, either free or not free or whenever. This could be a really good future for everybody. So yeah, I think that's it. Have a good night. I'll see you on the next one.